Hello and welcome to the Forum, the show where we get to know a student from Monroe County Community College. I'm your host, Lexi Greenwood, staff member with the Agora, which is the student newspaper at MCCC. For this episode of the Forum, we will be featuring Melissa Lang. Hi, Melissa. It's great to have you here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I know that you, like myself, are more of a non-traditional student as far as when we're choosing to further our education. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got started going to MCCC?
Yeah, so I was working at 4-Star Greenhouse in Carlton, and one of my friends told me about Futures for Frontliners, and so I looked into it, I applied, and then I actually didn't do anything for a while, and I got the email that kind of said, use it or lose it, so I started going in the fall of 2021, and here I am.
Very cool. And then what are you studying?
The long goal is I would like to study horticulture, so I'm just finishing up my Associate of Science right now, which I had started at Henry Ford Community College in 2009, and then I'm going to be doing classes through MSU through the agriculture program here at MCCC.
Very cool. Outside of school, what other kinds of things kind of fill up your days?
I work full-time at a little biotech company called Pneumatics Molecular, so working, 40 hours a week kind of fills up the days.
Absolutely.
And I also really like Taekwondo. I go to Allen Park Martial Arts Center 3 times a week.
So I know you said you're in Taekwondo. How did you kind of get into Taekwondo?
Believe it or not, I watched Cobra Kai, and I thought that it was really cool, so I started exercising more in 2019 when I quit smoking, so I was looking for something that I could have fun doing and also keep fit, so
Absolutely.
I tried it out at Allen Park Martial Arts Center, and I really liked it.
That's awesome. How far have you made it?
So I am a brown belt right now, so there are 2 more belts before I become a black belt.
Very cool. Lots of dedication. That's awesome. With working full-time and then you're practicing Taekwondo, how have you been able to kind of keep a balance between school and life?
I found that taking 3 classes a semester is the max for me. The first time that I went to college, my life was very hectic. I was trying to work full-time and go to school full-time, 5+ classes, and I was just on the downward spiral and really couldn't manage everything. So first of all, my mental health is very important to me.
Absolutely.
And then, second of all, school is the next most important thing to me. So, as far as work goes, if I don't have a job that works with my school schedule, then I'll work somewhere else.
Absolutely. When it comes to classes, do you have a preference whether you're doing online or in person? What has worked best for you?
With the way that my life is structured now, online works better for me, but I actually do enjoy the in-person interaction much more. I feel like you learn more, and I'm kind of more of a hands-on learner, so I like the in-person things.
Very good. What has kind of been the biggest hurdle or challenge in returning to school?
I think the biggest hurdle for sure would be finding a job that works with my school schedule. Some companies do not want to work with your schedule whatsoever. Other companies, they'll work with it, but then they don't want to give you hours or they don't want to pay enough. So it is kind of been a struggle finding a job that's the perfect balance between those
Absolutely.
2 things.
And then, so I can attest to the fact that even amongst the challenges coming back to school and with life being crazy, there's also been some big rewards to it. What's been the most rewarding part about returning to school for you?
I think the most rewarding thing is just actually succeeding in these classes. Like I've said already, the first time I went to college, I had too much going on, and my grades kind of reflected that. So this time around, I've been maintaining a 4.0, so it kind of says to me, like, wow, I really can do this, like I can succeed and get a degree, and it's not because I was unintelligent or anything
Right.
the first time, it's just because, life gets in the way sometimes.
Absolutely. And I know you kind of started to talk about what your plans were after MCCC, but with your degree in kind of horticulture, what are your plans with using it?
So I mentioned earlier I used to work at 4-Star Greenhouse. I was a propagation specialist there for about 3.5 years, and that was something I was really passionate about. Like, that was my niche. I loved propagating plants. So ideally I would love to, go somewhere else in the country and get more experience propagating plants because I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. So what is propagating plants?
So the way that I best describe it to people is like if you were to take a piece off of another plant, like a leaf off another plant, and stick it into soil, and then give it the right conditions to enable it to grow roots, and you can make other plants out of it. So that's what propagating is. At 4-Star, when I worked there, they got tip cuttings flown in from Costa Rica, and they would stick them in the soil, and then they would go to the area for becoming full plants.
That's awesome. Can you do that with just about any plant, or is it just specific types?
Just about any plant can be propagated. Some are harder than
Awesome.
others, of course, but
Oh, that's awesome. How long have you been at MCC, and then how long before you're done?
my first semester at MCCC was the fall of 2021, so pretty recently. And my last class is going to be in this coming summer semester, so I'll be graduating with my Associates of Science pretty soon here.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, well, that is all the time we have for today. It's been great having you here, Melissa.
Thanks, it's been great being here.
Thanks for joining us today. Tune in next time to see another featured student on the forum.